Hi, this is Walking with Jesus Ministries International, and I'm Paul Walker. Thank God for waking me up this morning, and thank you for checking us out. This is the first time I'm doing this, so I really am not sure what I'm doing. It's probably going to be a little choppy, but learn with me and see what's happening. I'm going to be going over current events and some things, how they relate to the Bible. Um, the world is a nightmare right now, just as it was written about 2,000 years ago. And yeah, let's see a couple crazy things going on. Let's have some volume on that.
Jesus were here today, he would be a clinic escort, distracting women from the hatred of the protesters, or an abortion doula, holding women's hands and offering support and love as they end their pregnancies. If Jesus were giving his sermon today, he might also have said, "Blessed are those who end pregnancies, for they will be known for their loving kindness."
How crazy is that? There's so many problems with this woman. Um, Number one, Jesus said in the last days there will be false prophets. If someone's preaching against what God says, that's a false prophet. Let's see. Timothy, for the time will come when people no longer listen to the sound of wholesome teaching. They will follow their own desires and look for teachers who will tell them whatever their itching ears want to hear. No respect for the truth. Um, Absolutely insane. Well, Peter says that in here somewhere too. They will cleverly teach destructive heresies, and even deny the master who brought them. In this way, they will be sudden destructive to themselves. Many will follow their evil teaching and shameful morality. This world is absolutely falling apart. And then in Acts, Paul says, I know that false teachers like vicious wolves will come among you after I leave, not sparing the flock. So they're talking about basically the devil has infiltrated our society big time, obviously. She's saying that Jesus is going to promote killing children, killing babies. I mean, that's absolutely insane. Oh, but wait, there's more.
It is a topic of discussion that people want to rightly have. And you know what I'm going to talk about.
Yeah, but
right
do you,
now,
just a
which
number.
is-
Do you think it's 1 million, 3 million?
Brett, let's just get to the point. Okay, the point is that we have a broken immigration system that needs to be repaired.
So your Homeland Security Secretary said that
Yeah, broken because she broke it.
85% of apprehensions.
I'm not finished. We have
It's a
an
rough
immigration
estimate of
system
6 million people
that
have been
needs to be-
released into the country. And let me just finish. I'll get to the question, I promise you.
I was beginning to answer.
And when you came into office, your administration immediately reversed a number of Trump border policies. Most significant.
Yeah, she reversed all the policies. And she was talking about in that one um, that so many of the people would have been saved if we had only passed her last policy, which would have allowed 1.5 million illegals minimum into the country before we even tried to stop them. So what? Definitely 1.5 million of those people wouldn't have killed. Um, now the names are slipping me. Wouldn't have killed all those young women. So they wouldn't have found their way into the 1.5 million. Please give me a break. The only thing that would be quicker is we would have more agents to change baby diapers, which they don't want to do, and and to basically be a free Uber for the illegals. I mean, she's out of her mind.
Do you owe
Brett,
those
I think it's
families
really-
an apology?
Let me just say, first of all, those are tragic cases. There's no question about that. There's no question about that. And I can't imagine the pain that the families of those victims have experienced for a loss
That's
that
what I'm
should
talking
not
about.
have occurred. So
It wouldn't have occurred if you didn't take all of Trump's policies away.
that is true. It is also true that if a border security had actually been passed 9 months ago, it would be 9 months that we would have had more border agents at the border, more support for the folks who are working around the clock
That's what I was talking about. I wrote notes, so I'm a few seconds ahead of this.
Trying to hold it all together
Madam Vice President.
to ensure that no future harm would occur. And this election in 20 days will determine whether we have a president of the United States who actually cares more about fixing a problem, even if it is not to their political advantage.
Oh my God, you created the problem. What are you talking about? Wow.
In an election, because there was a solution, Brett.
Madam Vice President, it was a policy decision in the early part of your administration.
That it needs to be fixed. We need more. I was just down at the border talking with border agents, and they will tell you, and I'm sure you probably, I know you investigate and you are a serious journalist, they will tell you, we need more judges. We need to process
No,
those
we
cases
don't.
faster.
We need to
We need
stop
the
letting
support
people
for those
in,
cases
not-
that should be prosecuted.
We need to stop letting them in. We don't need to process them quicker and give them all of our tax money
They
and
need more
yours.
resources, and Congress ultimately is the only place that that's going to get fixed, Brett. And you and I both know that he has talked about turning the American military on the American people. He has talked about going after people who are engaged in peaceful protest. He has talked about locking people up because they disagree with him. This is a democracy.
It's a what? Have you read the Constitution? We do not live in a democracy, Kamala. It's a freaking... It's a republic. Oh my God. It's a constitutional republic. It is not a democracy. No wonder you're so terrible at your job.
And in a democracy, the President of the United States, in the United States of America, should be willing to be able to handle criticism without saying he'd lock people up for doing it.
Okay, like you tried to lock Trump up with 94 criminal counts? Give me a break.
And this is what is at stake, which is why you have someone like
This is what is at stake. If they win, they're going to flood the country even more. They're going to make mandatory mail-in voting. They're going to photocopy all the votes like they did last election. And they're never going to be out of power.
the former chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, saying what Mark Milley has said about Donald Trump being a threat to the United States of America.
And maybe... So you keep saying he's a threat, he's Hitler and all this stuff, and you don't think that you're the reason that people shot him? Most of the crazies are on the left, out of their freaking minds. And most of these crazies are stealing guns. Most people shooting people are stealing guns, or they have guns illegally. So you're getting these people who are already on the edge, are kind of off already, and you're telling them that somebody is going to take everything from them. What do you think is going to happen? And you're not taking any responsibility for that, or any of the other BS that you would.
You told many interviewers that Joe Biden was on his game, that ran around circles on his staff. When did you first notice that President Biden's mental faculties appeared diminished?
Joe Biden, I have watched from the Oval Office to the Situation Room, and he has the judgment and the experience to do exactly what he has done in making very important decisions.
No, that's the problem.
On behalf of the American people.
There were no concerns raised?
Brett, Joe Biden is not on the ballot.
No, not on the ballot. But your trustworthiness is. If you want us to vote you in as president, you gotta keep your word. So you didn't notice the entire 3 years that he doesn't even know what his name is? My God, you should be arrested for elder abuse. What is wrong with you?
Kamala supports taxpayer-funded sex changes for prisoners.
Surgery.
For prisoners.
For prisoners. Every transgender inmate in the prison system would have access.
Good. So now we're going to pay for transgender surgeries for illegals who have mental problems, who broke into our country, and they're in jail. And that comes out of our tax dollars. It's a ridiculous amount of money to kind of change or play with the mental state by doing physical surgery. Send them to a freaking psychiatrist in their own country. That's funny. I told you, first time doing this video, my phone's talking to me. Thank you, Siri. Yeah, so they want us to pay hundreds of thousands of dollars for sex surgery for people who are mentally deficient and are here illegally and broke the law, so they're in jail. I could think of better things to do with my tax dollars. Could you? Wow.
Government telling you what to do. And that's what's so outrageous about it, is a bunch of these guys up in these state capitals are writing these decisions
Yep.
because they somehow have decided that they're in a better position to tell you what's in your best interest than you are to know what's in your own best interest. It's outrageous.
It, wait, we're talking about COVID, right? So it's outrageous for the government to tell us what to do with our bodies. No, I agree with her, but that's not what she's talking about.
Would not have the right to make a decision about what happens to their body next? That's immoral. That's immoral.
Dear Lord. It's not your body, Kamala. It's not your body. You're praying to the god Moloch, where you're sacrificing children. Um, you can't hear all the sounds because it's done. This is your Moloch right now. That is your altar to Moloch, the demon god. This is you guys. Um, so you don't have all the fire and everything, and you can't hear the old baby screaming like you could before. Now it's just and you go to sleep and you wake up and you killed a life. Congratulations. Way to go.
One does not have to abandon their faith or deeply held beliefs to agree.
An abortion? Are you kidding me? Yes, you have to abandon all sense of morals. Um, yeah, it's everybody can be forgiven. God knows I've done stuff, and I'm hoping I'm forgiven for it. But to promote this shit? Come on. And then to make us pay for it in our tax dollars.
The government should not be telling her what to do. But
Oh, wait, was this COVID again?
it should not be the government or Donald Trump telling her what to do with her body.
And you should not be stealing my tax dollars to pay for immoral murder. By the way, Kamala, it's an easy one. This is your body. This is somebody else's. You can't kill it. It's called murder, infanticide. Come on. What's wrong with you? Well, I think that is just about all I have to go over. Um, I'm still updating our website, and I thank you for watching this video. I hope you got something kind of entertaining out of it. I would love to hear it in the comments. Let me know what I'm not doing right. I know I said a bunch of times. Let me know what I can do better. And it'd be awesome if I did something right and you told me about that too. I'm going to try to get these out on a regular basis. Like I said, again, this is my first one. So thank you very much for watching this with me. God bless. And I will see you next time, or you'll see me next time. Um, if you want to call us, get in contact with us, go to walkingwithjesus.community and let me know. Maybe you could help me out. That'd be great. I'm looking for people to get onto our nonprofit to help us out with a lot of different things. Thank you very much. God bless and good night.